Hello, Dee. Nice to see you on the other side. Good afternoon. I hope you're having a good Saturday.
Yes, ma'am. I'm having a very good Saturday. What about you, ma'am?
I'm having a good Saturday too. Thank you so much. Thanks. And I'm really excited about our conversation today. Let me quickly invite everybody to join us. And
Yes,
I'm
ma'am, definitely. Yeah.
many of our Instagram viewers will join us shortly. So, welcome to this Insta Live session hosted by Clever Fox Publishing. I'm Sumita Menon, Project Manager at Clever Fox. And this is our weekly sessions with authors. We try to schedule them as often as possible. And this is where we get to know a little more about our authors and the motivation behind writing the book. So, welcome, Deed, and I will be speaking a little bit about you. I'm just waiting for a few more viewers to join in, and then we will begin right away.
Definitely, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So, today's conversation is with author Dheer Kapoor, and he has written a book called Learn Astrology In Depth and Advanced Concepts. And I'm I'm looking forward to speaking with Dheer because it's a very interesting subject, and there's so much to learn and understand about this. But before we get on with it, this a brief background about Dheer. So Dheer Kapoor is a teacher by profession and an astrologer. He holds an MA in Jyotish Shastra, BTech, MBA, and MSc in mathematics. Wow. And he's a gold medalist in mathematics. He has a rich experience of 7 years working in a corporate job at FMCG sales and marketing. He started learning astrology many years ago when he found that astrology is a profound science that can provide solutions to all of life's problems. The solution to all our miseries is within us. All we need to do is dive within, turn around, and explore our true self. So Dheer started the Srinath Ji Astrology Vedic Academy to share his knowledge with other astrology lovers. Srinath Ji Astrology provides expert guidance through astrology learning modules and astrology consultation in various domains such as wealth and finance, career, health, marriage, matchmaking, and other specific requirements. And for the past several years, Dheer has been consulting and helping people from all walks of life, from India as well as the world, to find solutions to obstacles in their lives. Welcome, Dheer, and let's talk a little bit about, of course, we will be touching upon your book, Learn Astrology, which you've written recently and published by Clever Fox.
Yes.
And very thrilled that you chose us to collaborate with. I know this is a fascinating realm, astrology or Jyotish as it's traditionally known. And this ancient wisdom is deeply rooted in India's yogic culture, and it offers profound insights into our lives. So let me begin by asking you, how did your interest in astrology begin? Were you always fascinated by it, or was it some particular incident in life that prompted you to look at astrology in a more serious way?
Yeah. So, thank you very much, ma'am, for inviting me for this wonderful discussion podcast. So, let me start. From the beginning of my life, I was very good in mathematics, and I was very profound in the subject. And in my grade 10th and 12th, I scored very good marks. So, I had an inclination toward mathematics. And since mathematics is a kind of subject where a lot of calculation are required, and astrology is also the same kind of thing where there is a lot of mathematical calculation involved. So I was attracted toward astrology because I had an interest in mathematics, and when I studied different, when I learned when I was reading one book related to astrology, then I found it really simple for me to decode things because I was good in mathematics. So from there, my journey started, and when I looked into the core of astrology, then I found out that all the planets which are there in the sky play a very vital role in our life. If we all know that sun is there in the
Yeah.
sky to provide us light, and if sun is not there, then human mankind or entire population will not be able to survive more than 1 or 2 days because sun is the vital source of energy.
Mm.
We all know that there is moon in the sky and high tide and low tides appear in the seas because of moon movement. So we all know that there are planets in the sky, and due to those planets, some changes in the sky is observed, seas is observed, and our human life is observed. So from there, I developed an interest that to study this particular changes in human behavior by planets. So
Okay.
from there, I started learning in 2020, and
Okay.
I did various certifications, and then when I moved it professionally, I did MA from Indira Gandhi University,
Okay.
Delhi, MA in
Okay.
Jyotish, and from there I got very profound learning about the subject.
Mm.
And after that, I started taking my astrology courses, and from there, the idea of this book generated to share my learning and to share my knowledge with everyone, so that everyone get a very beautiful picture of astrology.
Right.
So this is what. Yeah.
So this is a book that is mainly catered to beginners, am I right? And but you also touch on certain other concepts. I'll come to that later. But you said that you wanted to share your knowledge. So how was this journey of putting all your knowledge into one book? Especially, I'm sure you will write more books on astrology, considering that you're so passionate about the subject.
Mhm.
But how was your journey? Of putting together all your knowledge for people who are probably don't have much idea about astrology. What was that like?
It was thank you, ma'am, for asking this wonderful question. As of being a science student, I was always a science student. In 11, 12 also I had science, and then I did BTech engineering.
Yeah.
So my approach toward astrology also was purely scientific approach. Okay. So as there is, we all know that we have a big sky in front of us. So this big sky, and when what in our ancient times, when our rishis observed the skies, they found out that sky is not a simple sky. The sky is made up of different elements, and those elements are present in our body. We all must have known that our entire universe is made up of 5 elements, and our body is also made up of those 5 elements: fire, air, water, earth, and space. So these 5 elements are present in sky also. These 5 elements are present in our body also. So our ancient rishis decoded this particular phenomena, and they found out that different parts of skies have different energies. Some part of sky has fire element predominant, some part of sky has air element predominant, some water element predominant. And the
Okay.
persons, when we are born, at
Hmm.
that particular point of time, the particular element which is in dominance, our body has that particular energy more as compared to other planets. For example,
Interesting.
we know that yeah, some particular person which we meet,
Hmm.
they have very heavy body. That they are very heavy body, they are bulky. So water content in their body is more. So that particular part of sky was predominant at the time when they were born. Some
Okay.
person are very tall, they are very lean. Their physique is very lean, they are very tall. So it denotes that fire element is more in their body at the time when they are born.
Okay.
So entire universe is divided into 5 elements, and at the time when you are born,
Hmm.
so those particular elements play a vital role in your whole nature, your
Yeah.
characteristic, and everything which you do in life.
Okay. Okay. That is very interesting. It's something new that we've learned
This
today.
is pure science. Yeah,
Right.
astrology is the pure science, and actually I'm a science student, so I have connected this
Right.
science and astrology in my book in a very profound manner.
Great. Great. Can you tell us what makes Vedic astrology different from other forms of astrology, and how does the book address these unique aspects? Do you discuss other forms of astrology, and what makes our Vedic astrology different?
Yeah. So this is also, ma'am, a very good and interesting question. Look, we all knows that sun and moon are the luminaries which provide us light.
Okay.
Sun also provides us light, and moon, what does it do? Moon takes the energy from sun and reflect it. Actually, moon is not the original source of light, but moon takes the energy of sun and it
Correct.
reflects that. So there are two luminaries of life. So Vedic astrology mainly focuses on the movement of sun, that the how the movement of sun is impacting our life. We study with the concept of Vedic astrology, and there is another part called Nadi astrology or KP astrology, where the movement of moon is studied in a very great way.
Okay.
So if we are talking about Vedic astrology, the movement of sun is considered in that. Movement of sun in different parts of the sky will create different rashis, and from there we judge the different predictions of a person's life.
Okay.
And in other form of astrology, which is Nadi or KP astrology, then the movement of moon is considered.
I see.
Look, when we consider movement of sun, then rashis are made or zodiac signs are made.
Okay.
And when we consider movement of moon, then nakshatras are made. So these are two different parts. So one is governed by movement of sun and one is governed by movement of moon, and these two predominate in astrology. And if an astrologer is good, then he can do predictions and he can tell us about nature by any method. But predominantly, some persons focus on sun part and some focus on moon part.
Okay.
So this book is mainly guide us about the movement of sun and how the rashis are created, how the rashis impact our life. So this is about in this Vedic astrology we have covered.
Excellent, excellent. Your book covers both basic concepts for beginners. Perhaps if I were to read the book, I don't have any idea about astrology. So for someone like me, I could pick up the book and it would help me. But you've also addressed some advanced concepts. So could you share an example of a complex concept that you've simplified for beginners? If you don't want to share all information, that's fine. But just an example of what you have simplified for beginners.
Yeah, ma'am, in this book we have started in such a way that even if a person is very beginner in astrology, he don't know anything about astrology, he can start learning from scratch and go up to advanced concepts. Although both kind of concepts are cleared in this our particular book. So I will discuss about one very interesting concept of Atma Karka planet. So what happens that planets have a degree of 0 degree to 30 degree. All planets have a span of 0 degree to 30 degree. And the planet in our chart, we have 9 planets. Okay. So the planet which has the highest degree in our chart will be treated as the Atma Karka planet in our horoscope.
Okay.
So this is a very advanced concept and this is very useful for us also because Atma Karka planet decides the journey of our soul. Suppose I am a writer and I am writing a book means it will denote that Mercury is good in my chart. Means Mercury is a planet which we see with knowledge, which we see with education, writing, publishing, all this kind of things. So Mercury plays a very important role in that.
Right.
And suppose somebody is very good in if Atma Karka planet is related to Mars, Mars is the planet of taking new initiatives in life. So if somebody is very taking new initiatives in life, then Mars governs as an Atma Karka.
Okay, so that would
somebody
be dominant energy and planet.
That will be a dominant energy. That 0 to 30 degree span, the planet which is highest degree will be Atma Karka planet, and you will have more interest in doing the things significant to that particular planet.
Okay, so that is what you're saying is it's ingrained in us because of the time we were born.
Yeah. Okay, at the time we were born, some particular planet who will have maximum energy, it will dominate in our life. That is Atma Karka planet. And that is very deeply we have mentioned in our book Learn Astrology. So we have mentioned in our book also. And one more concept.
Cover of the book. That's nice to see the book there with you. And tell me, what was the feeling for you as an author to see your book printed and in hand?
It was a very nice feeling for me, and I thank you, Clever Fox Publishing, for giving me such a nice cover.
Thank you.
And thank you very much. And my experience of writing this book is very good because the kind of support which I get from the team of Clever Fox Publishing was very good. At the time, I was guided because this was my first book. So I was guided a lot that how to convert a manuscript, how to write a manuscript, how to send, they assisted me how to get a good cover design. So everything was very perfect. And the book, when the delivery of book came to my house also, everything was very smooth. The whole journey was very smooth with Clever Fox Publishing. So thank you very much, entire team. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that wonderful appreciation for our entire team, and from on behalf of the entire team, I thank you so much for collaborating with us and for sharing that that your experience has been great. So tell me a little bit about uh, concepts like Atma Karak. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but you can correct me. Combust, retrograde, and Bharak planets in relation to past life karma. If there is a relation, or just a little, if you can throw light on these aspects.
Yeah, so these are the concepts. These concepts we have covered in our book also, and these are very good concepts to understand more about our personality, more about our nature. So Atmakarka we have just talked before, and if we talk about retrograde planets, so retrograde planets means the planets which have started moving backwards. Suppose two trains are there,
Yeah.
and they both trains are moving in one direction, and if we are sitting in a train and it is going in fast direction, so it appears that other train is moving forward, other train is moving backward. We all must have experienced this, that one train appears to move backward.
Yeah.
So this is the concept of retrograde planets, that the difference between the speed of Earth and difference between speed of planet, the Earth and the different planets move with a different speed. So one planet appears to go backward. Actually, the planet is going straight, but it appears to go backward. That is retrograde motion. And the planets which are in retrograde motion in our horoscope, suppose we have a horoscope, and in a horoscope planet is having a retrograde motion, then that planet exhibits its significance 3 times as compared to its normal position. For example, if you have a Mercury in your chart, and if you have a Mercury retrograde in your chart, so retrograde Mercury will give its results 3 times more dominant as compared to normal Mercury, because that planet has started moving backward, so it will apply more pressure to come to a forward direction. That's why. So 3 times more results are
Is
observed.
it a negative energy? Is retrograde a negative energy, or it not really? No,
No,
that's not the.
it's not a negative energy. It's a scientific phenomena, and it will depend upon the kind of place where it is sitting. For example, Mercury is Earth element dominant planet. So if it is retrograde in an Earth element Rashi, then it will give very good results. And if it is a retrograde in fire element Rashi, then maybe the results are not that good. So it will depend upon the placement of the planet also.
Okay.
Where that planet is sitting. Because universe, then we have 5 elements, so it will depend upon the place where it is sitting. So it will depend upon that. So it's a very good concept, retrograde motion.
Right.
And after that, combust planet is also a very good concept. So what happens in a combust planet? That planet becomes so close to sun that sun governs the planet, and the planet is not able to give proper results because planet is so close to sun. For example, if we are suppose we are in the outside, and at 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. and sun is up in the sky, we are not able to see many things because the sun light is so much high. So that happens when a very planet is very near to sun, then the planet's results become invisible because only sun results will come. So that is combust planet, means the planet is not able to properly give its results. For example, sun is at 17 degree in your chart at any particular Rashi, and suppose Mercury or Venus comes 15 degree, 14 degree very near to sun, then Mercury and Venus, they will not be able to give proper results because sun results will dominate. Sun is so powerful that it will combust the results of those planets.
Right.
It is a very good phenomena to check in all the horoscopes that if retrograde planets are there, combust planets are there, then that chart is very special chart, because these since the motion is there in their chart, some turbulence is there in the chart. So either these persons do very good in life or they underperform in their life. So it will depend. So these are very interesting charts to see. Planets with retrograde planets and combust planet. Interesting charts to see.
Right. And what about Badak? Badak is it obstacle?
Yeah, ma'am. Badak is a kind of planet which creates obstacles in our life, and it will depend upon the position of our mainly about the position of planets, that which planet will be Badak for you. So for example, if sun is Badak for you, if sun treated as a Badak for you, then your relation with father will not be good, and your decision making power will suffer if sun is acting as a Badak in your chart. Sun is the karaka of our soul and mainly the karaka of our father. So we will not be able to take good decisions. The relationship with father or any of our bosses who is at higher authority will suffer. If Venus is acting as a Badak in your chart, then financial crunch is seen, financial problems is seen in the person's life, and the person is not able to do very good in finance matters if Venus is Badak. And similarly, if Mercury is Badak, then education suffers a lot. For example, Mercury is Badak in the chart of, you must have known in Indira Gandhi's chart. Mercury was a Badak planet in Indira Gandhi's chart. So some education suffer was seen in the chart. And or Mother Teresa chart also, where few planets were Badak. So her education was not proper, but she was able to rise in life. So it depends upon that which planet is Badak in your chart. So that particular significance will suffer or create hindrance in your life.
Yeah. So this brings me to the, a very interesting question, which I think, it would be great to hear what your thoughts are. How important is astrology in one's life, in one's day-to-day life? Because there are people who go by it for everything. They follow it for anything they want to do in life, and then they need that guidance based on astrology. But over dependence on something is also not the ideal way. So, as an astrologer, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's a very good question, ma'am. Ma'am, astrology, the main purpose of astrology, what our ancient rishis have made astrology at that particular point of time, is to make your life beautiful only. Astrology is a science which is there to make your life beautiful. And it is a very simple phenomena that with the help of astrology, we can know that, first of all, which elements are less in our body.
Yeah.
And suppose if an element, means scientifically at the time of your birth, if some elements is low in your body, then astrology will tell you that at this particular point of your life, for example, say to 2026, this particular element will get reduced in your life. So you can take it from outside so that your life will not suffer. Or for example, if as a whole in your DNA also, if there is a part that something is, for example, if your moon is weak, so water element is low in your body, so astrologers will tell you that drink more water or do something to improve the quality of moon in your life. So its main purpose is to make your life beautiful, and hard work is the main thing in our life. If even if you are taking astrology remedies and you're not performing them, that you will not get benefit of anything. Means you have to do hard work in each and everything. Without hard work, there is no success in life. If people are thinking that with the help of astrology they can get a shortcut, that they will chant this mantra and this thing will happen, this will never going to happen. You have to put your hard work in there, and you have to put the remedy for 30 days 40 days continuously, as astrologer is saying you. Because for example, if astrologer is finding that frequency is very low, so he will give remedies for 6 months. If he's finding frequency is in middle, so he will give remedy for 1 or 2 months. So main thing is that to synchronize your energy with the energy of universe. This is the main function of astrology. So this is what we are doing.
That's amazing to know, and it's very it's great to hear that.
Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
This is a upward triangle. So this is a kind of look, upward triangle you must be seeing.
Yeah.
So if we make an upward triangle, so upward triangle is a guide way between us and the universe. If we draw an upward triangle and place it in our room, then spiritually person starts getting lot of knowledge. So with the help of this upward triangle, universe get the signal that this person wants to get spiritual upliftment in life and he wants to grow in life. So if you draw this upward triangle and place near your room, anywhere near your room or near your terrace, then you will start seeing some kind of new people will enter in your life who will guide you to go good in spirituality or helping people or understanding people. So this will happen. So universe is also searching for people who wants true knowledge.
Right.
So we different ways we can connect with them.
So we have to be open to receiving it. So
we have to be open to receive it.
And the upward triangle is a very easy thing. Anybody can do it.
Anybody can draw with the help. Yeah, we can draw with the help of simple black sketch pen, and we can keep it inside our room near the window. We can keep it, and within 3 or 4 days you will start getting results of this. You will start meeting new people, or on the telephone you will connect with new people who will guide you to start getting more spiritual knowledge in life. Means you will your intellect will rise by doing that.
And as you
having,
yeah. Please go on.
Yeah. if somebody is having a financial issue in life, so he can draw a downward triangle. If somebody is
Okay.
having a upward triangle is for spiritual growth, and if you draw a downward triangle, then downward triangle is for material success. Means, look, if we see up, then there is universe, so it will guide us. If we make upward triangle, then it will connect to universe, and if you make a downward triangle, then earth is below, and earth is earth element, and wealth comes from earth element. So if somebody is having financial issue in life, then they can draw a downward triangle. Downward triangle will help them to get financial help in life. So you can place it near your window,
Right.
and you will see after making this particular triangle that financially things will start improving in your life.
Well, I think a lot of those who are watching this today will definitely try these two exercises. But can we do both at the same time is my question. Can we have an upward triangle and a downward one?
It's preferred to do one at a time. 1 month you can do for upward triangle, and downward you can do for 1 month. Okay. So this would, and you can experiment with doing one particular thing, and means this is not for greed. If somebody is having need of wealth, then you can make downward triangle. Preferably, if you draw an upward triangle, then if you get spiritually awakened in life, or you get intellectual more sound, wealth is a byproduct. It will come automatically if you are good in, if your knowledge is good. All the knowledgeable persons in this life, all we have met, they have no shortage of wealth in their life, because they have rise so much that wealth is following them. Means excellence is there. If you follow excellence, then success will come in your way automatically.
Very well said. Very well said. And I completely agree with you. And that's a great insight that you've shared with us. So you have mentioned in the book that there are weekly doubt clearing sessions for 60 days. And, for those who've read the book. So how important is interactive learning in, understanding astrology? Because is it something that, maybe I could just pick a book and I could read, and can I practice, or is it important to have a mentor?
Yeah, ma'am, it happens with many of my students also, that after they have purchased the book, so their interest start more in astrology. They start getting more interest in astrology after reading the book. So if they have a mentor with them, or if they have a doubt clearing session with them, so suppose they are reading the book, and if they have any doubt or any query inside the book, then in the doubt clearing session, they can ask or clear their doubts also. And sometimes what happens that when you're reading a book, then new thought generates in your mind, new idea comes in your mind, you start learning something new. Because astrology is a very deep science. So suppose you are reading about sun in the book, and you start getting interest about sun in the book. So when you start seeing some videos on YouTube and on Google, you start learning something. So you after reading different kind of things, you must be having you can have questions, or you can have more interest in astrology. So if mentor is there, then he can guide you what is the right direction to move, so that you can get a cleared approach. So your doubts can also get clear, and if you have new thoughts, new initiatives arising, then also it will get manifested if you have a doubt clearing session or mentor with you.
Great. So what is the one myth that about astrology that you hope your book will help remove or dispel?
Yeah, so various myths we have seen in YouTube also, that we see that Chandra Grahan is coming, these 5 rashis will get lot of money. You must have seen these kind of videos on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah. Saturn is going retrograde. These 4 rashis will go down and they will have a bad time. Right. So this is my announcement to all the viewers, or my just a statement that nothing of this sort happens in life. That if a planet is moving, all horoscopes are different. You cannot say that these 4 rashis will go down or these 5 rashis will go up. Nothing of this sort happens. Everything is pure science. Each and every individual's horoscope is different. So planet movement will have a different result on each and every horoscope. So there is no generalization. Don't see all those videos on YouTube which say that 4 rashis will go down, 5 rashis will go up. These people will suffer a lot, or these people will get a lot of wealth. Nothing of this sort happen. These are just fairy tales which are just to gain views or something like that. Nothing real. Those kind of things. Everything is pure science. There is on one more. There is no Saturn or no Shivji or no God who are there. These all are energies. So we are worshipping them, or we are liking them. So these are all energies. We are praying to energies.
We've given
Shiva is not.
We've given the energy
of form to worship the energies. Yeah. So there is no Rahu who is sitting in front of your head and who is giving negative thoughts to you. There's nothing of that sort. These all energies. Rahu is a negative energy. If you start eating more spicy food, it will create gas in your body and it will go to your head and you will have negative thoughts. This is
Everything
Rahu. There is no
connected.
Rahu sitting. There is no Rakshas or Rahu sitting on your head. There is
Yeah.
nothing of that sort.
Yeah. So
So
everything
this
is interconnected.
everything is
Yeah.
pure science. Everything is pure science.
So now that we've got to know so much more about astrology from you, Dheer, and you've explained it in such simple terms. So thank you for that. Can you share any personal experience where astrology has played a pivotal role in your life?
Yeah. So, if I share about my experience, then earlier I was having a job of sales marketing. I was in Amul and I was doing Amul. You must be know Amul milk and Amul milk. You must have known Amul milk and Amul butter. So I was the manager in Amul milk, and at that time I started learning astrology. So I found that yeah, marketing is also good domain of me, but I can tap other professions
Yeah.
also where I can do much better. Then after learning astrology or after reading astrology, I found out that since my mathematics is strong, very strong,
Yeah.
then I can tap teaching line also and astrology also as a career. And
Yeah.
and when I learned about there is a concept of dasha also, that in this particular time this particular planet will predominate. So I found out that in between 2020 to 2030 Mercury will predominate or Saturn will predominate in my life. So maybe if I go to a teaching profession or if I go to astrology profession, it will help me a lot as compared to network mark or if I be in a marketing job. So I found out that I excel that this particular time of time I can excel in this particular line. So professionally also things earlier what I was having in my profession, I am doing very good as compared to that after switching to my
Wonderful.
this profession. This is only because of knowledge, and I am able to discover my strengths in a much better way,
Yeah.
and I identify my weakness. I found out my strengths and I build up them,
Yeah.
and I found out my weaknesses and I reduced them after learning astrology.
So that's great. That's wonderful to hear. So now we will just a couple of rapid fire questions for you before we close the session. So you have to tell me what comes to your mind. It's just a couple of questions where I will just give you two choices, and whatever connects with you, you have to just say that.
Definitely.
So the first one is karma or destiny.
Karma.
Past life insights or future predictions.
Future predictions.
Blank chart analysis or specific event predictions.
Blank chart. Anytime blank chart.
Okay, great. Thank you, Dheer. Thank you for being such a lovely, lovely guest and for sharing all your wonderful insights and wisdom. And I think after your session, we get a better understanding on how astrology can help us in our understanding of karma and destiny. And your book definitely seeks to open up a pathway for readers who want to go on this journey with to understand astrology better, and you have made it accessible and relatable. So thank you so much for joining us. I had a wonderful time interacting with you, and thank you for collaborating with Clever Fox. And
Thank you
I
very much,
wish you
ma'am. And I also thank Clever Fox Publishing for giving me this opportunity to collaborate with them to be a part of this podcast. Thank you, ma'am, for being a wonderful host.
thank you.
And I wish all the best to all the readers, all the viewers of Clever Fox to have a very great life in future. Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. That's so very, very nice of you. And thank you for joining us. All those who've joined us today, the book is available on the e-commerce platforms. Do pick it up. And I'm sure you'll find so many interesting facts of astrology that we were not aware of before. So please do pick up the book. And Dheer, thank you once again for a lovely, lovely session.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everyone. See you next time. Bye-bye.